The Russian Revolution, an event that pretty much had a significant effect on the whole world for the next 100 years. But what led to it? Well, I'm going to tell you through 4 different causes. The first cause is none other than the last of the Tsars, Nicholas II and Alexandra Fyodorovna. Yes. Nicholas was a pretty good father, but a terrible leader. He made many terrible decisions and often ended up making the people of Russia suffer by famine and over time got enraged. Alexandra is pretty similar to Nicholas when it comes to comparing her as a parent and a ruler, which also contributed to the suffering of the Russian people. She eventually trusted Rasputin, who made the Russian people suffer, but we'll talk about him later. The next cause was World War I. I decided to do a bit of research about Russia's entry towards the First World War and found out some pretty interesting things that ties with the Russian Revolution. Since the war started with the assassination of Franz, who was heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary, Austria decided to declare war on the Serbs. This is when Russia came in since they made a promise to help out Serbia when they needed. Nicholas honored that promise by mobilizing to support the Serbs, which resulted in Germany stepping in, telling Russia to stop, and the rest is history. Despite Russia's large army, they're pretty ill-prepared, and since they already have major issues at home, this ended up having a lot of casualties at home and the battlefield. The war also resulted in the Bolsheviks being established and taking over Russia. But for the sake of this video, we're not going to care about them. The third cause of the Russian Revolution is one of Nicholas's decisions which resulted as an event called Bloody Sunday. On January 20th, 1905, around 200,000 workers carried a petition that supported the idea of improving working conditions. Nicholas reacted by ordering his men to open fire on the workers. The true amount of casualties is unknown, but it ranges from 200 to 1,000 deaths, and many more wounded. This increased tensions between the people and the Tsars. People used to view the Tsars as awesome people, but due to Bloody Sunday, their opinions towards the Tsars changed negatively. Last but not least, the fourth cause of the Russian Revolution is a strange man known as Grigori Rasputin. Rasputin was a self-proclaimed holy man, but often was very rude to others. He was just another strange man in Russia until he made Alexandra feel better by curing her son's lifelong illness. This resulted in Rasputin gaining a fairly high position in the government, or at least some shared power from the Tsars. With this, many people that came in contact with Rasputin was treated rudely and created hatred towards Rasputin, which also increased hatred towards the Tsars. He also contributed to the Tsar's disastrous decisions, and eventually he was assassinated by cyanide poisoning.
So overall, the Tsar, World War I, Bloody Sunday, and Rasputin led to the Russian people overthrowing the Tsar government and creating a new nation which would have a significant impact on the world for 100 years.